All right, welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna tell you right now, leading into this video, get on the bandwagon right now. Get on the bandwagon now or forever hold your peace. Jaron Boots Ennis blast the top welterweights, which include Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford, and Manny Pacquiao, and say, look, man, I'm ready for these dudes right now, but they don't want no smoke with me. So I'm just gonna beat everybody else until they don't have a choice. That's my dude, Jaron Ennis, out of the great city of Philadelphia. Let's talk about him, Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao. He says he's ready. Is he? And even if he is ready, should he go? Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. This video is an extended version of Fanon Responds, which is a new series that I have on Instagram. Please sign up for my Instagram and you can ask me a question and I will give you 30-second responses. This is a video that came as a result. Jaron Ennis recently said that he wants to fight the top welterweights, but he knows that they don't want to fight him. And because of that, he is going to fight everybody else and beat them until the champions don't have any other choice but to go see him. And I am incredibly excited about it. Okay? Incredibly excited about it. And I had a absolutely terrific question that was asked to me, and I want to give an answer while talking to you about what Jaron Ennis' stance on Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford. Now, Jaron Ennis is one of the best prospects in all of boxing, without a doubt. When you hear the names Teofimo Lopez, when you hear the names Devin Haney, when you hear Shakur Stevenson, when you hear all these other guys, understand this. The below middleweight, the man is Jaron Ennis. Okay? And that's how I see it. The best prospect that I see is in a money division is Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis is at the welterweight division. He is a big welterweight. He's a 5'10" with good reach, strong welterweight. They just fought a guy, Obreu, and put him on his back that had not been knocked out, who, quite honestly, was a 154-pounder, a middleweight probably, because he didn't even make weight, I don't believe, and Jaron Ennis still knocked him out. It was like, yeah, he's bigger than me, so what? I'll take it, make the fight, get him out of here. That's the talent level that Jaron Ennis is, man. And my personal opinion is I think he's the most talented. When you look at size, speed, skill, and talent, I think he is the best at welterweight, bar none. Where he is missing is in experience. Errol Spence Jr., more experience, better competition, more seasoned, ready to go, champion. Put him in the ring, he's ready to get him right now. Okay? But that is because of the experience that he has, along with the skill that he has. He's becoming a better fighter. Are Jaron Ennis ready for an Errol Spence Jr. right now? That's the question that really is the core of this. Is Jaron Ennis ready for Terence Crawford? Is he ready for Errol Spence? Is he ready for Manny Pacquiao? And this is the answer. This is my answer. Yes, he's ready. Absolutely. If he gets into the ring with Errol Spence Jr. got something to worry about right now. If you put him in the ring with Terence Crawford is going to have something to deal with right now, and he'll probably lose. Jaron Ennis versus Keith Thurman right now. Jaron Ennis is giving that man problems. Sean Porter, he's giving that man problems. He's ready for those guys, without a doubt. When you're going to fight Jaron Ennis, these dudes going to have to wake up in the morning and prepare. And if they don't prepare, they're going to find themselves in some problems. That's my opinion. Now, should he fight him? No. No, he should not, because of the experience. Because there are things in the actual ring that having fought these tough fights, taught Sean Porter, taught Errol Spence Jr., taught Sean Porter, taught Danny Garcia. And there is a lot of gamesmanship and things going on in the ring at championship levels, as we see with dirty scumbag cheaters like Tyson Fury. Then when you get to the championship level, when you're getting to these experienced older fighters, that there's a lot of other stuff that might affect him as being a young fighter. So do I think he can get him now? I think there's a chance he can get anybody right now. I honestly believe that. Now, Errol Spence Jr., 70-30, right? But he's a chance. 70-30, because I'm not going to say that I know what Jaron's going to do with a guy that's going to be up in his chest winging away at him like that. You know? Now, he says that these guys don't want to give him the smoke, so he's just going to beat everybody else until he gets there. Good plan. Good plan. Do that. You know what I mean? Because eventually, dude, you're going to be the man. Eventually, you're going to be the man. Now, these guys, and you're in the PBC where these guys eventually are going to have to fight you. Errol Spence Jr. did the same route. I don't think that this, looking at Jaron Ennis, I don't see stuff too different than Errol Spence Jr. But he's going to have the same route as Errol Spence Jr., except for Errol Spence Jr. is going to be the guy that he's got to chase. Errol Spence Jr. got in people's faces. Errol Spence Jr. is on the PBC Fox is saying, hey, man, Sean, hey, walking up to Keith Thurman. Hey, man, you going to fight me? You going to fight me? And then people got behind him and started pushing it. And I think Jaron Ennis is going to get there. And I think that if he wanted to push it now, he could push it now. But here's the problem. That's what I think. That's what I think. But there's also another issue, right? Because it's what I think. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? And what if I'm wrong? And what's the chances that I'm wrong? Well, there's a good chance that I'm wrong because Errol Spence is the champion. Terence Crawford is the champion. These guys are arrived. They are top fighters. I could be wrong about Jaron Ennis. And what happens if I'm wrong about Jaron Ennis? Then Jaron Ennis, earlier than he needs to be, is in the situation of Erickson Lubin. I wish Erickson Lubin hadn't taken that fight with Jermell Charlo. I don't think that fight would go the same way now with Erickson Lubin versus Jermell Charlo than it did the first time. Because he just made, from what I could see, a mistake that Jermell Charlo was perfectly prepared to capitalize on, saw, knew, put him in that position, and got him out of there. Why? Because he has championship experience. That stuff matters. I would rather have Jaron Ennis go through the ex-champions, right? Go through with Sean Porter. Because if you not Sean, yeah, if you can beat Sean Porter, right? Then Jaron's in a situation where he fights Sean Porter. Sean Porter's a much shorter, more diminutive guy, and he's not as sellable in the future as Jaron Ennis is. So, just like you saw with Sergey Lipinets and Custio Clayton, man, that was a draw because they wanted to sell, because the plan is to sell Sergey Lipinets, okay? Because Custio Clayton beat that dude. And at this point in time, dude, I'm literally making bets, right? Making bets, my boxing bets based on when I believe it's in the best interest of the promoter for one particular fighter to win. And when that's the case, I'm putting money on it. And I bet you that I'm going to win money way more often than I lose money. So during the times that are questionable, all I'm going to do is maybe hedge it a little bit because I'm like, I don't know, right? But Juan Carlos Estrada versus Carlos Cuadra, I didn't even watch the fight. I made $100. I was like, oh, this is Juan Carlos Estrada. They're going to want him to fight Monster Inoue. Yeah, there's a chance that Carlos Cuadra could win, but I ain't even bothering watching the fight. He's going to need a knockout to win. Carlos Cuadra is going to need a knockout to win because they're trying to set up a fight with Monster Inoue. So I just went to sleep. Woke up in the morning, saw my money was there. Then when I saw the fight, I was like, ooh, he almost did get knocked. He almost did get, because Carlos Cuadra almost did the only thing that would have got him that fight, knocking the guy down. You know what I mean? If he would have knocked him out, I would have been out my money. But if he didn't knock him out, I was going to make my money. I'll take the money on Carlos Cuadra getting through the fight because Carlos Cuadra, they don't care. They just, it's a show. So if Jaron Ennis is going to be in that, then participate in the show. Put yourself in situations where you should win because they want you to win because you're the young up-and-coming star. And then when you get to the title fight, then you'll be able to, because you fought these ex-champions, you'll be ready to beat that. He'll be ready to beat the guys. He'll be ready to fight Errol and Terence and those guys because he would have fought the Sean Porters, the Danny Garcias, and all those other guys while he was waiting for his opportunity. But here's the key thing. After that, Jaron, don't be like Teofimo. Don't run away talking about how you're not going to fight this guy or that guy because you've cleared out the division and now the only fight worth fighting you is Canelo, but you know Canelo's not going to happen, so you're just going to charge me to watch you fight mismatched fights for a year, 2, 3, 4 years. Please don't do it. But anyway, like I said, that's my take on the matter. Is Jaron Ennis ready? Yes. Should he do it? Probably not. I hope not, but eventually I think he's going to be the man at 147, so get on the bandwagon now. That is my take on the scenario. You let me know yours, and with that, I'm out. Peace.